Will Forte is opening up about one of the most challenging parts of his time on Saturday Night Live, taking over the role of former President George W. Bush after Will Ferrell's iconic portrayal. In a recent interview, Forte admitted he always felt his impression was a letdown compared to Ferrell's widely praised version. He even went so far as to say, they should have just retired it. Forte joined the SNL cast in 2002, shortly after Ferrell left the show. Ferrell's impersonation of George W. Bush had become a fan favorite, known for its exaggerated humor and memorable catchphrases. His version of Bush was so popular that it became part of American pop culture, making it incredibly difficult for anyone else to step into the role. When Forte was handed the task of continuing the Bush impersonation, he said he felt pressure from the start. Not only was he stepping into the shoes of one of the most beloved SNL cast members, but he was also taking on a character that audiences had already connected with deeply. According to Forte, it was nearly impossible to meet those expectations. He explained that he tried to bring his own style to the impression, but always felt like it fell short. "I never found my own way into it," Forte said. "It just felt like a lesser version of something that had already been done perfectly." He admitted that each time he performed the impression, he was hyper-aware of the comparisons being made. Forte's honesty about the experience has struck a chord with fans and former cast members. Many understand how tough it can be to follow such a memorable act. While some still enjoyed Forte's version of Bush, he says he never felt truly comfortable with it. "I never felt like I was adding anything new," he said. "It just felt like I was going through the motions." The idea of retiring the impression after Ferrell's departure is something Forte strongly believes would have made sense. He thinks it would have allowed the show to move forward with new political content instead of trying to recreate past success. "There are always fresh angles to take on politics," he said. "We didn't need to stick with Bush just because it had worked before." Despite feeling that his Bush impression was one of his weaker performances, Forte's time on SNL is remembered for many other standout moments. He created a number of original characters, including the bizarre but hilarious MacGruber, which later became a feature film and television series. Forte's strength was often in original sketches rather than impressions, something both fans and critics have pointed out over the years. Even with his insecurities about the Bush role, Forte said he doesn't regret his time on SNL. He described the experience as one of the most important and fulfilling parts of his career. "It taught me so much, and I had the chance to work with so many talented people," he shared. Forte also praised Will Ferrell for setting such a high bar. He said Ferrell was a genius when it came to combining humor with character work, and that his Bush impression was one of the best things SNL had ever done. "There was just no topping it," Forte said. Since leaving SNL, Forte has gone on to build a successful career in film and television. He starred in a hit comedy series, The Last Man on Earth, and has continued to take on unique roles that allow him to show his quirky and offbeat sense of humor. Though he may not look back fondly on his George W. Bush impersonation, fans still celebrate his contributions to the show. Forte's candid reflection offers a rare look into the pressure and challenges SNL cast members face, especially when taking on roles with a strong legacy. It's a reminder that even the most talented performers can struggle with certain expectations, and that it's okay to admit when something didn't work out the way they hoped.